Okay, I just wanted to go through and explain the integration between Zaxwerks and also Mocha, so that we can get a 3D camera going. Okay, so let's go back to After Effects, and this is the video track. So it's shot in my garden. Let's just get the workspace to the end there. What I've done is I've gone and tracked it in Mocha. See that? As you can see, in order to do a 3D camera track in Mocha, you have to use two planes. So that's an X and a Y plane there. So I've already made those, and as you can see, I've attached logos to them. Yep, there's the logo attached to each one. So very good tracks. I've got a solve quality, I'll do it again anyway, but I've got a solve quality of 97%, and let's export this camera data over to After Effects. So I'll just copy it to clipboard, then go over to After Effects, and make sure I'm on the first frame, edit, and then paste the Mocha camera. So it's only come in with one layer. It should have two layers. That's because I should have selected both of these layers when making the camera track. So let's just solve again. It's going to take a few seconds to solve. Bear with me. Okay, so it's pretty good solve, 97%. So now I should get both layers in the X and Y axis coming into After Effects. So again, copy to clipboard, and then go back to After Effects. Let's remove that and go and edit and paste in the camera track. So now we've got layer 1, which is this one, and layer 4, which is the X. So we've got to now put a new solid, and we'll make that called Zaxwerks. Okay, and let's add Pro Animator. Okay, let's make a 3D text, and let's do testing. I like this one at the moment. Select all that. Okay, so there we go. We've got Zaxwerks there, and what we've got to do is attach a tracker to Zaxwerks so that it knows which tracker we're working with. Let's choose the one on the Y plane, which is the one in Mocha, which is this one there, so we can put the text onto the table. Okay, and so that one would be the layer 1 center. As you can see, it's that one there. So let's attach the external tracker, which is layer 1, and we're going to use the comp camera, and the editor in the background, that is going to be the garden MOV. Okay, we've got a failure there for some reason. Okay, that's okay. As you can see, the text has moved slightly, so we can now go into Pro Animator and let's set up the tracker within Pro Animator. So just clicking on options. Okay, there's the background layer. Again, we're still on the first frame. Obviously the background image has come on there so that we can see whereabouts testing the 3D text is inside Pro Animator. So what we have to do is go down to here and choose the external tracker 1, which we've linked to the track from Mocha, and as you can see, nothing has changed. It's still in that position there. So let's go over to back into After Effects and let's see where it puts it. Right, okay, so it's moved it to a completely different location. This is another thing that we've got to sort out with Zaxwerks. I'm not exactly sure why it gets moved. Let's go back into Zaxwerks, and as you can see, it doesn't update. We've not moved away from the first frame. Let's render test, and again it's still there, whereas in After Effects obviously it's come to there. Let's see if it's linked to the track. So it's pretty good. It's a nice solid track, it looks like, but it's obviously everything's changed with the aspect of the text itself. It's a lot larger and it's been rotated in, I don't know, is that the Y plane? I don't know. So yeah, that's an issue, obviously, that you have to be able to change. You'd have to ideally see what After Effects sees. So if we go into and edit the text, if we make it smaller, then we're not going to see it on the Pro Animator comp camera. I'll just prove that by, let's put in, say, a value of 20. Click OK. Okay, as you can see, it's really small there. Let's just render it out just to make sure. Yep, okay, it's still in that position. Let's see where it ended up in After Effects, and it's back there. Okay, it's more useful, but it still doesn't give a true representation of what is going on in Pro Animator. This is obviously an issue that I've got with it at the moment. Let's go back in and take it back up to 72. Click OK, and if we want to change the rotation of it, let's try it in the not in the Y axis. Rotate it in the X. Let's go minus 40 degrees. It may then put it almost vertical. So let's have a look, and it's disappeared. Yep, again, just one of those things where the two Pro Animator and Zaxwerks and the Mocha tracker, they're not talking to each other. It's just disappeared now. So where it's gone, I do not know. It obviously appears there. Let's go back and change the rotation. Let's go back to 0, 0. Let's see if it's come back. And no, it hasn't come back. So I don't really know what's going on there. It's just disappeared completely. Let's do the same thing now, and let's attach a 3D camera track to the garden project, the video file. Where's that? Perspective there. Okay, 3D camera tracker. Let's make sure we're getting a good track. Detail analysis. Variable zoom. Okay, so it's just analyzing that. Let's hope that it gives us a good track, and I can show you again how I'm not getting how I'm having problems attaching trackers to ProAnimator. Okay, back in a second when this is finished analyzing. Okay, back to it, and the 3D camera tracker has worked its magic, and we've got plenty of points to choose from there in order to create our 3D camera. So let's just highlight a few. Let's try these lot, and that's a pretty good plane. It's sitting on the table top surface. So let's increase the target size so we get a bigger solid and or null point. And right click and create. Let's create a solid and camera to start with, and let's also okay, so that's good. Don't look up on me now. Okay, so there it is. There's the solid and there's the 3D camera track, and let's make a Zaxwerks solid on there, effect, apply Zaxwerks ProAnimator. Let's put some text in. Let's put tabletop. Okay. Okay. And again, let's select the tracker, which is going to be the solid. As you can see, I'll leave it on there. And use the comp camera, and let's put the background editor as the movie file, and let's click in the options and see what it's going to give us. Okay, so it's not too far off the After Effects positioning. Let's go back to the first frame and make sure that we've selected the external tracker, and let's do a quick render. And okay, so it's put it at the back there. Let's see where After Effects has put it. Okay, it's put it down there on the solid, as we should expect actually. So what we can do is transform the solid and rotate it. Let's go 90 degrees. So like that. Why hasn't that worked? It doesn't matter. Let's not go 90 degrees. Let's go back to that, and we'll rotate the Zaxwerks solid. Okay. Let's rotate this 90 degrees. Oops, not that. Info. Rotation. No, not that. Let's try that. Render that out. Of course, now it's gone negative 90 in Zaxwerks. Let's see where it's put it. Yep, it's gone positive 90 in After Effects. As you can see, very hard to let's get rid of the solid track, and as you can see, let's see if the track's okay. Let's see if it let's switch to draft. I don't know why I can't switch to okay, and it looks like it's a fairly good track. The text is sticking to the table quite well, so we can assume it's sticking okay. Let's get it a bit bigger. Let's go back to the first frame. As you can see, obviously we can see the tabletop on here, but when we go back into Zaxwerks, it's going to be rotated back in that plane, so it makes it very hard to edit it in Zaxwerks. So let's just anyway increase this up to let's try 200. Okay, render that. Okay, no different. We don't want to use the if we use the user camera, it won't make any difference anyway. We can get it in the right, we can orientate it in the right place, the right direction. You can see what it's kind of going to look like. In fact, it's okay. It's done that because it couldn't fit the. It's made the text underneath not on the same line because it couldn't fit it in the edit text box, I'm guessing. So we'll have to increase this text box. Okay, so that's why. Let's see if we can make that work. Okay, and it's back to there. So that's got it in the right orientation. And just going to go back to the comp camera. As you can see, it's we can't see what we're doing in the original frame, but if we go back to After Effects, okay, it's made it bigger. Not as big as I'd maybe liked, but nevertheless it's bigger and more usable. However, and it's a fairly good track still. It's still sticking with the track, which is good. It's not satisfactory. It's not the best way to work between the two plugins, between the plugin and After Effects, because you can't really see the orientation of the text, and it's in the wrong. It's not in the same position. As you can see, we're right on the first frame of the video file, but it's not, and it's the same in ProAnimator, but it's just not usable. You can't edit it to any great extent using that method either. So that's the downfall. It's a great plugin, but it doesn't. The two plugins don't talk to each other. You can't edit in ProAnimator and it shows you what it should look like in After Effects. So as you can see, using the tracker data from Mocha, it's just disappeared completely. So where the text has gone, I don't know. Options again, it says it's up there, testing, in that point position on the ProAnimator. Again, we're at the first frame. Okay, there, and yep, it's disappeared. Let's select the other layer, the X layer behind, That'll be the, excuse baby crying there in the background. Let's use the bottom right, which is this square here, which is that one there, bottom right, and let's go into Zaxwerks and let's update it to bottom right and update tracker, and there it's appeared, but it's not orientated right. There's something again wrong with the way it's orientated, and again, surprise surprise, it's pasted up there. So even if you were to change the rotation of it, for instance, in the X plane, no, let's reset that and reset that. Let's do it. No, that's not in the right plane either. I think we'd have to do it, rotate it around the no, that's not that one. So we'll rotate it 90 degrees around the common center, and then okay, no, that was the wrong way. It's barely there, you can barely see it, but again it makes it impossible to edit, because you don't know what you're playing with in ProAnimator, and it comes back. Let's increase the size and see if we can see it. Let's go to 200. Okay, so you can see it's made it a lot bigger in ProAnimator. Let's see what it's done in After Effects. It's there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's span it around 90 degrees. It's so we've got to go minus in the X plane again in order just to see it. Let's rotate. No. Rotate it around. No, it's not that one. No, not that one. Let's do it plus 90 in the Z plane. Or minus 90 there. And let's render it out. Still on the first frame, and click. Okay, let's put it upside down. So as you can see, it's painful, very, very painful to use. It's just impossible to know which direction to. Let's go minus 180. I just want to get it vertical. So here it's upside down, and okay, and now it's in that plane. It's in the X. It's plus 90, I think, in the X plane. If I increase that to 400, will we see it? Yeah, look, there it is. It's vertical in that plane, so it's very hard to use. That's what I'm trying to get over with this, and people at Zaxwerks, that can you integrate Zaxwerks to work with trackers a lot better. I think it's a great plugin. You get some fantastic effects, and 3D is great. You can do a lot of stuff with it, but it does increase the flexibility of Zaxwerks if we can get these bugs ironed out with it, and you can make it work better with tracking material, which I like to use and experiment with in my work. So yeah, please help or tell me if you've got any solutions to this. Okay, thanks for listening, and yeah, drop me get in touch anytime and let me know what you think. Cheers.